So I'm here with Michael Anderson, who is the general manager at Fitworks, and we are talking about how many options there are. I mean, for gyms, there's a lot, but Fitworks, it is such a great option for so many people.
It really is, and the reality is, this time of year, there are a lot of new exercisers getting out there. They really just need the basics. They don't need a lot of bells and whistles, but they're not going to be that exerciser forever. They're going to get better at what they're doing. Their needs are going to become more advanced as they become more advanced exercisers. So it's important that when you're looking for a facility, you don't only think about your immediate needs. You need to think about where you're going to go and where you're going to grow as an exerciser. What you don't want to do is outgrow the facility that you're at.
Yeah, you want those bells and whistles at some point, even if you don't start out like that.
Exactly. You don't want to run out of options, because then what ends up happening is you stop seeing results and you stop working out.
And we don't want that.
We don't want that.
One thing I love when I drove up here in Rocky River is you see under where it says Fitworks, it says do what works. And it resonated with me because I thought, you know what works for me is not necessarily what would work for my husband or even my mom. We can all come here, though, and find something that works for us.
Absolutely. You know, and living in this social media world, we see so much out there. This person's doing that, and this person's doing that, and they got the tiniest waist doing this. And the reality is that was their experience. You need to find out what your experience is going to be. What things do you connect well with? What things work well with you? What things really engage you and get you excited? What things do you really, really hate and know you need to do the most?
So true. Right? My husband, when I go to the gym, I'm like cardio all the way. I'll get on a treadmill. He's like, oh, I hate that. Which just recently this happened, and I thought, okay, we are totally different. Now, for people who like classes, that's one thing. When I walked in, boom, I saw classes. You have a lot of options for people.
We do. And, you know, essentially the old adage, misery loves company. It's really easy to push yourself through the workout you don't want to do when you have 10, 15 people next to you who also don't want to do that workout, but we come to get together collectively and we push ourselves through the misery. I've tried to be an at-home exerciser. I couldn't do it. I realized that I needed to have other people around me to motivate me, to hold me accountable, particularly in classes. If you are someone who is a regular in a class and you don't show up, trust me, the others recognize. And it's not because they want to throw shade, it's because everyone is so supportive. I need you to support me, and I'll be here to support you.
And that's the community that you really have when you come into Fitworks. So I do see machines all over, but what are some of the offerings in terms of classes that you do have?
Any and everything here that is available to you is available for the person who is here day one, or the person who's been coming for years and years. And that's anything from muscle conditioning to yoga. We've got Pilates, we've got Tai Chi, we've got spinning, we've got multiple types of dance classes, work, Zumba, stretch class. Classes are a great way to introduce yourself to exercise. It's guided, it's instructed, it's safe, and it's communal.
And someone who may be intimidated about coming in, you offer personal training. I saw rehab. So there are so many more options than just even classes and working out on equipment.
Absolutely. You know, the reality is that we all kind of come in here from different places and different levels of comfort in the facility. In terms of things like personal training, there are people who have never exercised before and they need that guidance and they really need that instruction and that motivation. There are also people like me who've been working out for more than 30 years. I myself have a personal trainer because I can't hold myself accountable. I've learned after all these years I can't do it, but I also recognize I don't know everything. I don't know everything that is the safest for me, and I don't know everything that is the best for me. And so I rely on someone else who has experience that I don't, and that's what our personal trainers do. We all say that we're here for our health and for our fitness, but I'm not gonna lie to you, I like looking in the mirror and being happy with what I see. I like stepping on the scale.
You know, and most people don't ever work out and then think, oh, I'm not happy I worked out, I didn't feel good. You know, they do feel good after a workout, and you have this new equipment that I keep seeing across the way. What do you say we go check it out?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's go. So we made our way over to the new equipment. Tell me about this.
One of the things that we really wanted to focus on this year is making sure that those advanced exercisers had a home too. There are people who have been doing this for years, and they have to find ways to continue to expand and grow in what they're doing. And that's what this new equipment does. It allows them to incorporate new types of Olympic and powerlifting that we didn't have before.
Now the rehab, I mentioned that earlier. Tell us kind of what you offer if people come in for rehab here.
Quite often people will miss workouts because of pains, aches, bumps, and bruises. And they think it's something that they just need to kind of wait out. But the reality is therapeutic services is part of your self-care. So things like trigger point release, cupping, taping, these are all things that will release and relax the muscles and give you better range of motion, up to things like dry needling, which I've had done before. some more advanced technique, but it's a way to go in and relieve tension in the muscles.
There's options for you. Let's talk about memberships, because someone who's sitting at home right now on the couch, maybe watching this, like, okay, you maybe feel a little bit motivated to come in. What's the best place to get all that information about membership?
Absolutely. You know what? Well, here we're high tech and we're high touch. So you can either come into any of our locations. We have 6 different locations: east side, west side, south. You can also just go to fitworks.com. Not only can you get membership information, you can get information about our amenities, our different locations, our hours, anything that you would need to help you get off the couch and make that decision. You can either find online or give us a call and we can help you.
And we do want to remind you, if you are one of those people who are sitting on the couch, maybe you started out the new year and you kind of fell off, or you're just getting into working out, any time of the year is a good time to start. It doesn't have to be at the beginning of the year.
Absolutely. You know what? It's never too late to make an investment in yourself. Years ago, I stopped making New Year's resolutions. I started setting goals for myself. Because when I've got a goal, it's not over until I reach it, right? I could take the rest of my life to get there. It doesn't have to be by the end of this year.
I like that. You can just kind of do what works. As I said, when you pull in, that's what you see here at Fitworks in Rocky River. You said many locations, fitworks.com for all of that information. Michael, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back on CLE Weekend.